let's go. Yeah.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Now boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
It's been a while since I dropped this shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah.
Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas ain't using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth, agenda of fusing them, nigga. We losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them, that's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with the Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got that. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beer, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised. Go to the fucking gym.
My confidence comes from my pussy, bro.
This is some sinister fucking shit.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
I got hairy legs.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Ooh, welcome everyone to episode 2416 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2, flexing on all you beef.
Yeah, the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine.
Let's see if we got the church cam lined up properly. We don't. Oh, there she is. Aww. There she is. Sexy Churchly. And we also have the Tainty Man, whose birthday is tomorrow. Very nice. Happy almost birthday, Tainty Man. So we had the little intro screen. So if you're not catching these live, if you're a member, you get a Swole text. You get notified when the podcast goes live. A little extended intro today because I was pouring some water right at the beginning, right when the music was about to finish. And all of a sudden, it went all over the fucking table, and I'm like, shit, it's like under all my stream decks. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I had to make sure I got it before it got to like my amplifiers and stuff like that. And I have these little attachment drawers underneath for that very reason. For that very reason, I have it underneath in case the water spills, it spills on the ground. And then I guess it'll splash into the plugs and stuff. I don't know. It's not really a good system going on. It's a lot of chaos. It's a lot of chaos. So I didn't have it there because the church perch is there. And then I didn't want her getting wet. I don't know. I just got fucking sloppy, man. I got sloppy. I got casual. I got cocky. I poured the water too fast and pulled the mag. So, started off a little rough start, but no damage. The damage hath been avoided, and we're ready for an amazing show. So what's going on, Stephanie, TCAP, Midnight Rider, Cerny, Jessica, Nancy? How we doing, Jen? Welcome. Hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, we got that Midnight Rider in the fucking house. There you go. Hit that like button. Everyone, thumbs up. Thumbs up on the YouTubes. Make sure you hit the like button. Couple updates for the Swole fam. Yesterday we had our overtime segment, and Thursday we had our roundtable. Those are both available for replay inside Swole TV. If you're not a member, now's that announcement. Now's the time. You have been notified. It's time to join right now over there at swolenormousx.com. And of course, we got a couple things going on. Monday, December the 19th, we have our accountability meeting for members at 12 noon Eastern time. Be there. It's going to be fucking lit. And we got a lot of stuff because next Thursday, not this coming Thursday, but the 29th, we have our Swole Year release party. And that's some major shit. So a lot of new releases coming up on this Monday, but even more releases coming up on the 29th. So make sure you're ready for that. And of course, we have tomorrow our Sunday Fun Day Q&A-ness with the Swole fam. So tomorrow morning, we're going to have a great show, and we'll just take tons of questions tomorrow. So if you're new, We take questions every day during the Knowledge Cock portion, but we just take only questions tomorrow for Sunday Fun Day. So if you have questions, you can start, you can call in anytime. Even if you can't catch the live stream, you can go to askpapaswolio.com and submit your questions. You can call in. And of course, when you're live, you can ask questions live, but make sure you call in and submit your questions. That way we'll get to an upcoming show. And if you want your question answered tomorrow, make sure you call in, askpapaswolio.com. Do that, and then we'll get to it tomorrow's episode. All right. That being said, let's get into today's tip. First, we got to bust the nut open, and let's get the show started. Here we go. Falcon. Put some respect on it, guys. Beaches. All right, the party hath begun. It's Swole Slut Saturday, so drop it. Triple S. Triple S. It's Swole Slut Saturday. You might not want to write the word slut. So hashtag Triple S. It's Swole Slut Saturday. Drop that in the comments down below. And yeah, she's just burying her face. She's so cute. She's so cute. I love having her right there. Just easy access for a nice warm. She's so warm. I can just put my hand under her belly and just get a nice little warmth pet. Yeah, good girl. All right, so hashtag Triple S Swole Slut Saturday. If you're a swole slut, yeah. If you're a swole slut, yeah. If you're a swole slut, yeah. You want that card. You want that fucking card. All right, let's spit on it and get into that tip. We got some great Swole fan posts. Hooah. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. Let's do it. All right, share the stream, hit the like button. We are live, so make sure you let everyone know that needs some knowledge cock in their life. Make sure you share the stream. How many of you have shared the podcast recently? Really appreciate those of you. I know we have a bunch of new listeners, gotten some more emails and stuff like that, and appreciate all the new tune-ins and spreading the knowledge cock far and wide. Every time you share the podcast, you're just slapping someone electronically, digitally. You're just slapping them with some knowledge cock, and it feels good, doesn't it? It feels good. All right, let's take the first post. Let's do it.
What's in the box?
Let's do it. All right, Emma. Emma writes, how did you guys quit sugar? I still struggle with sugary drinks, especially during 12-hour shifts. I use them for sugar rushes to get through the rushes, and I really need to cut it out. Well, the best way to not quit sugar is to keep on pounding garbage fucking drinks. So that's... how do you guys stop doing crystal meth? I just do crystal meth all the time to make it through my day. All right. You stop consuming it. You remove it. You keep it out of your environment. You get better sleep. You drink more water. You get electrolytes. You could drink other things. You could drink some tea. You can have some black coffee earlier in the day. You don't want to drink it later in the afternoon. If you're trying to get through, I don't know, rushes, like busy periods, like you should be recovered. You should be eating well and hydrating. You don't need those types of things. If you need that, you're not getting enough food, you're not getting enough sleep, you're not hydrated enough. That's usually just a crutch. So proper nutrition, of course, getting enough protein and fat, removing a lot of these processed things. It sounds like you're very at the beginning of everything, because if you're still pounding sugary drinks, you definitely don't have your nutrition locked in, and maybe you're not meditating enough. You're not aware of these triggers and these habits. I mean, this is a great start. You're sharing this kind of story, but it starts one day at a time. And if you're following your 7 pillars, that's going to lead you to the promised land. But you need to make sure that you are not going for those insulin spikes whenever you feel like you're a little bit dragging ass, because that's only going to lead to more dragging ass. So there's some, I don't know if you've done an elimination diet. I don't know how far you are or what you've tried or how long you've been a member with us, Emma, but I think you're probably relatively new if you're coming in with that kind of a statement. So welcome and welcome again. It's always a great day to start or to restart. So let's read some Swole Fam comments about that, because I just threw out some random thoughts, but doing an elimination diet and really getting serious about it is very important. If you're at work, 12-hour shifts, depending on where you work, you might have a lot of that sugar available. You might have people bringing it in, offering you one, grabbing you one. If you're in a mall or something like that. If you said sugar rushes to get through the rushes, I'm assuming you work retail, which obviously can be stressful. Let's see. Wax says, watch a video on what refined sugar does to your body. You'll have a whole different perspective. That's a great idea. Let's see here. Jessica, coffee in the AM and green tea or roasted dandelion root is what I drink all day, and it works for me. Roasted dandelion root. That just sounds horrendous. Green tea definitely has some caffeine, so much less, but I never understood the appeal of green tea. It just always tasted like just bitter shit. I never got into that. So yeah, I'd be careful with green tea and any kind of caffeine after like noon or so. But thanks for the input. Any kind of tea, maybe like a decaffeinated tea. Sometimes people are just kind of addicted to that flavor, and tea can give you a little bit of a transition out of it. Let's see. What we got here? Yeah, sweet tea is garbage. It's just sugar. That's just sugar. Dandelion is detox. Come on. Your body will detox just fine. It doesn't really need help with that kind of stuff. Dandelion. All right. You guys can enjoy drinking your flowers. I get it. I identify as a honeybee. I'm just teasing. All right, here we go. Mark. But those are all good ideas. I mean, I think we can all agree that any of those options, even sucking down dandelion root water or whatever the heck it is better than drinking soda. I think we can agree on that. I would agree. Yeah, it's better. It's an improvement. Ooh. All right, Mark, I got a group of guys in their 20s together for a simple workout in the park. Club, mace, resistance bands, kettles, body weight, etc. None of them have worked out before. They were all in and will be joining the Swole Fam hopefully shortly. All right, very nice. Very nice. Good for you, spreading the love, spreading the gains. Good for you, Mark. And we're not going to hold our breath for people joining the Swole Fam, but that'd be super awesome, considering we have so much training with kettlebell and bands and mace and clubs, and that's great. I love to hear these stories. Love to hear these stories about you guys spreading the sick fucking gains. Spreading the gains. It takes time, right? It takes time. We'll take something common from Brittany. It's not a question, as she stated, but it's kind of along the lines of spreading the gains. Brittany says, not a question, but I just want to say I follow your Twitter and retweet your tweets. Thank you. My friends are like, who is this guy? LOL. I'm trying to spread the word. They're slowly waking up. Yeah, follow me at Swolenormous on Twitter if you use the Bluebird. And a lot of it's just me yelling at you, go to the fucking gym. I post some videos, and of course I'll repost or quote tweet or just tell you to eat a fucking steak and not stuff your face with shit. It's just very, very simple, and I enjoy it. But sometimes you just need to plant the seed. You need to expose people to it. And it's a tough time of year. I think people should start today, no matter what day it is, but it's a tough time of year to get people to make those changes. And honestly, it's hard anytime to get people to make changes, because when you look at the 7 pillars, it's such a all-encompassing approach to someone's life that it can seem very, very overwhelming when someone first gets exposed to it. They think, I don't have time for that. I can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. Just remember when you started, you didn't do it all at once. You might have jumped in with both feet, but you didn't do everything all at once, right? And neither did I. You do it systematically. But when the intent is there, when the intent is, I am going to do better for myself. I am going to work on improving every day. A little bit every day. I'm going to work when I learn something. I'm going to apply it. I'm going to see what works. When you are proactive and when you have that mindset of, I am going to take care of my body. I'm going to take care of my mind. I'm going to take care of my 7 pillars. And it might not be perfect all the time, but I'm going to do my best and I'm going to work on it and adapt and develop. Then you're going to have a lot of positive outcomes. Okay, hashtag Swole Slut for a chance to win today's Swole card. Hold on a second. Let me just close the door. I didn't see the door was open. Silly goose. All right, hashtag Swole Slut. Give you some gratuitous church in the meantime. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Some church and the Tainty Man. Look at that Tainty boy. Can you guys imagine? I feel like I've had him for years already. So he's going to be a year old tomorrow. And I got him at 3 months. So I've only had him for 9 months. That's insane. So time goes fast, but it's actually, for me, it's been really slow. It's been really fucking slow. 9 months. It just seems like a lifetime. I feel like I've had him for at least a year or two. Feels like it. Feels like it because of a big learning curve and training him. It's been very, very taxing. And I think even more challenging is because we got her unexpectedly at the same time. So getting Church, and he is a hunting dog and a herding dog, and his breeds would hunt like pigs and shit. So pigs and birds. So she's like a little piglet. So when he was younger, I mean, he was just too aggressive because he's too big, but he was playing with her. We had to make sure he wouldn't like try to eat her. So I think it was great that we got them both at 3 months and they were both puppies. So it was just a lot. It was more a lot because of that, getting them together. If it was just Papa Swolio and him, that was the plan. But it's just hard to have them. It was hard for a while to have them together without being constantly paying attention and monitoring and keeping them separate, taking him out and then taking her out. But yeah, they're great now. She like climbs on him. It was funny because I was eating food and I look over, I'm like, oh, she's snuggling him. And he was on the beanbag and she was laying on top of him. And I go and take a couple more bites and I look over and she's humping the fuck out of like his upper back. He's just like laying there like, what is going on? And she's like up there like fucking humping him like a little rabbit. Just like, I'm like, hey, cut the fuck out. Because he doesn't have his ball sack, unfortunately, but she's still completely intact. And she was just humping the shit out of his upper back. And he's just like laying there sleeping and she's just up there like, it's so funny. It's so funny seeing her do it. Just kind of. So I'm like, hey, get the fuck off him. I was like, no. And then he puts his head down. I'm like, no, not you. It's whatever. She likes him big. She likes him chunky. All right, we got a post here from Ryan. Of course, he pronounces it Rion. Or we're going to pronounce it. Everyone's French. Everyone's French on the show. If I can pronounce your name and say it with some strange accent, I will. Rion, a.k.a. Ryan, says, hello, fam. Relatively new, but thought I'd share a personal revelation regarding pillar number 2 that allows both quality and quantity nutrition. All right, let's talk about it. I recently acquired a Blackstone griddle, which is essentially an extra large cast iron grill. The Blackstone is capable of reaching extreme temperatures that normal indoor ranges cannot achieve, which produces the most seared and tender meats in a fraction of a time. With just a little bit of seasoning and light amounts of avocado oil, the seasoned griddle creates the best tasting meats regardless of animal. I know the chicken sucks here, but I rotate it in the cycle occasionally. Since the output is so effortlessly juicy, I cannot wait for my simple meat and veggie meals and do not need extra sauces or carb sides to make my dinner bearable, like how I used to cook. I also never need to order takeout anymore or to go out to eat since my meals are now superior. There you go. That's the play. We'll talk about that in a second. Not to mention, since the cast iron griddle is so large, bulk meal prep is a breeze. I have the 28-inch with a hood, but with a family of more than 2 people, I would recommend the 36-inch. Nice. You know what? I have a Blackstone too. I have never used it. We got it when we moved in. And it's like been like a shelf outside. So we have it outside as like a shelf and it's got like rust on it. We have to clean it, but it looks really nice. I get so used to my routine. Thank you for the post, Ryan. I get so used to my routine. I'm just like, I don't feel like cleaning it and going out and cooking out there like that. I would just rather, I like doing my cast iron. I just have no problem doing the cast iron, but I'm sure it's great. But it's nice to have as we have it as a backup. So we have like a full propane tank and stuff so it's great to have in case, in Florida, you have power outages. It's great to have some place to cook or somewhere to cook. And we have a generator and stuff. So that way we'd be able to cook even though we can't use the the internal stove and stuff like that. But maybe this is a sign that I should clean it up, get the rust off of it. We don't have a hood on it. So we got it as a gift. It was kind of like, it wasn't brand new. We didn't buy it ourselves. So Mama Swolio's dad had one. I forget where he got it, but we had the grill. So nice. It looks cool. I actually, until I saw this post, I forgot we had it. I forgot we had it because we have to clean out a bunch of stuff. And there's like all these things on it. So I just forgot it's not a shelf. So yeah. A lot of people are going to be like, boo, Papa Swolio. You better take care of that. It's all right. It's all right. We'll take care of it. All right. That was nice. Don't you fucking lie to me. That was nice.
And that's the way. I like it. Casey on the Sunshine Band.
All right. Let's go. So let's go. All right, let's do another one. Oh, one of the best names you've ever had in the Swole Fam Discord, Sonoran Steak. All right. Is this the same Ryan? Maybe not. Why is that like, woo, trippy? Okay. When I use my mouse instead of the trackpad, sometimes I get that weird, like, slow zoom and it doesn't stop. Sonoran Steak. Hello, fam. It's Ryan, 25 years old and looking to specialize in a mix of strength and endurance prowess. Enjoy hiking and weightlifting. Want to take my game to the next level and break out of mediocrity. Good man. Might be a different Ryan. I like your name. And I like your avatar, which is just a fucking close-up of like a ribeye or a strip steak. Nice. And our last one from TCAP. After last night's roundtable, I've decided to take mobility, to make mobility the main focus. The swole will happen too. I want to do some knee over toe type shit, as you should, as everyone should. Excellent. Great. Fantastic. Great. Good shit, fam. All right, now we're moving into some knowledge. Drop some questions. We can talk about anything that we already covered, and we can go into more detail. Make sure you drop it in the comments with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. We will start off from the call-ins. We got John from Italy, part 3. I must say, you better remind. It says part 3. You better remind me what part 1 and 2, because I don't fucking remember. John from Italy. John, you're here.
Hey, what's cracking, Papa Solio?
Jesus.
How's it going, huh? Listen, pal, I need to ask it, okay? I'm sorry if it's not gym-related, this question, but I have to ask it. It's been, 3 months now that I have been listening to this podcast, and I totally love it. It's a good part of my day. I'm in Europe, so I usually listen to it while I'm driving to work. But I also like the soundboard shit, right? But one of them drives me crazy. The Matt Damon theme song, or whatever you want to call it. I like it. And first, can you play one for me?
Matt Damon.
Why Matt Damon? I mean, is it Matt Damon associated with stupidity or some sort of thing? Because I don't get it, all right? I like it. It makes me laugh, but I don't get it. Okay, peace out, dude. Thank you.
John, love it. Thank you so much for the support, and I'm glad to make your work commute more enjoyable. So the Matt Damon is, everyone loves it. It's from the most amazing and probably the top film in cinematic history. It is from Team America World Police. So if you've never seen that, it's from the makers of South Park. It was the movie made with, it's like a parody or a satire on like American military superiority. It's a ridiculous fucking movie. And so it's from Team America World Police, and it's with it's the one with puppets. I don't know if you've ever seen like maybe a clip or something. So if you Google that movie, Team America World Police, Matt Damon, you'll find a clip on YouTube. So they were like referring to all these different celebrities in the movie, and then like every time they show Matt Damon, he just goes, Matt Damon. That's so funny. So we'll hit it again. I'll give you 2.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, marionettes, little puppets. Yeah, it's so good. So good. So good. So good. All right, let's take a question. Let's see, from For Mac. Oh, hi, Mark. Grizzly Magnum 93. Papa Sully, what's a good coffee brand you would recommend? Well, I personally, first off, I would make sure you opt for ideally organic and freshly roasted. So I get whole beans. I do not like anything that's pre-ground. Fuck that shit. Grind it fresh yourself. Don't be a chode. And a lot of, making quality coffee is actually in how you make it. So fresh roasted is definitely going to be superior. And you'll notice by the bloom, if you are making like a French press and, when you let it kind of like off gas for the first 30 seconds, if you don't get like a lot of like bloom and like gas escape, that means you're not getting fresh beans. So that's one thing. It depends on how you like it. If you like pour over, if you're one of those fancy Nancy's, but I prefer just straight up French press. So I would recommend for getting like a single origin, organic, if you can. Sometimes if you have someplace locally, you could also look up local roasters, because then you can support small businesses. And like I've mentioned, I'm in Florida, and a small local roaster actually services or distributes to local Whole Foods. So we don't live super close to the roaster. We used to, so we used to go there and get it. But we also just get it at a local Whole Foods where they distribute. So I guess they distribute to X amount of Whole Foods in the area. So I would recommend looking for a local roaster. You can get into roasting beans yourself, but that's a whole other level of mastery and effort, and you have to buy all that equipment and stuff. So I would recommend, if you're going to get in a store, get whole bean and try to get something recent. A lot of times, if you have a good coffee brand, it will tell you when it was roasted. So if you're getting something and it was like roasted like 6 months ago, it's like, it's going to taste like it got roasted 6 months ago. It's going to taste like shit. And you don't know what fresh coffee tastes like until you've had fresh coffee. And a lot of people can drop in the comments. I'm not a coffee snob, but there's a big difference between just getting like pre-ground whatever coffee from who knows when, and then you get fresh roasted local coffee beans and you grind it up. It's fucking unreal, the difference. So it's like anything else. You don't know good coffee until you have it. And then once you have really good coffee, you kind of become a coffee snob, because once you have good coffee, it's like, well, I can't have that fucking shit anymore. Once you have good coffee, you can't go back. And then you become the person when you travel, you're like bringing your own little coffee things with you. And you can get that if you're traveling. You can get like a hand grinder. You can bring like a hot water pot or something like that. You can actually they have these travel mugs. So you could do this too. You can go if you go to the airport, you can have a travel mug where you have your ground coffee, and you can actually have a pour over in a mug. So it has like a built-in pour over. There's all these different things. But anyway, once you have good coffee and once you learn, it's just like everything else tastes like shit. So then you have to keep on. So it kind of it doesn't make you a snob. You just start having standards. So the same thing with quality food. Once you start eating quality food, you could taste the difference. And we talked about this during the roundtable. Once you start having good quality food, and you get rid of all the hyper palatable foods, you get rid of all the junk food, you get rid of all the sodas or the ice creams, or just like the foods that have such high levels of artificial sweeteners, they're just not real. They don't taste real. They taste like industrial waste. That's why I say on Twitter all the time, I said, hey, today's a great day to not put industrial waste in your mouth. Industrial waste. It is. Vegetable oils and seed oils are literally industrial waste products, okay, that they're using to make ridiculous profit, because otherwise there's no use for them. They're garbage. They're just using it as fillers for food instead of using higher quality, meats, and because they can make it in much more volume for a cheaper cost. Okay. So you can grow soy for a much cheaper cost. You can grow GMO soy at a much cheaper cost than you can to use beef tallow from grass-fed cows and regenerative agriculture. It costs much more. Shocker why they don't use it. Anyway, I'm going to go off when you have perspective and you start having quality stuff, hard to go back. Yeah, the natural oils. That's why I like to do French press, the coarse ground. I like getting a lot of the richness. Okay, Invictus Reinhardt Germanicus. Papa Swolio, do you have any recommendations for breathing techniques like Wim Hof method or subsequent breathing exercises? Any recommendations for breathing techniques? I think everyone aside from what you probably already know, to start with like the standard like 4x4, or and expand that 4 seconds in or 6 seconds in, hold for 6 seconds, for example, exhale for 6 seconds, hold out for 6 seconds. Start with 4 seconds, build up to 5 and 6. I do a lot of that kind of stuff when I'm in the cold plunge or I'm in the sauna. Sometimes it could be kind of hard in the sauna because of the heat. So it's hard to breathe in. I have to like cover my face or put like a cold towel over my head when I do it. But there are a lot of different types of recommendations there are a lot of different ways of breathing. So I'm sure you've gone much deeper than that, but I think everyone can benefit from just starting off with like the standard. I think it's technically called like box breathing, because if you do 4x4x4, it's like, it's a square. I like rectangle breathing, huh? Rectangle breathing, fam. I'm going to start a new technique called rhomboid breathing. Yeah, top that shit. Dodecahedron. One. Just blew people's minds, didn't I? Now I'm dizzy. All right, let's move on before I say something stupider. Arm van der Molen, Papa Swolio. I work 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. desk job. Is it better to work out immediately after work, or should I go home and eat before working out for the best results? You're not going to like my answer. One, I would recommend, if you have to work out afterwards, which you don't, I would do it immediately. I would go right there and fucking do it. You don't want to go home because then you're not going to have to leave again. I would do it first. You have a desk job. You need to fucking move first. If you're not moving first in the morning, you should be getting up at 5 and fucking train. You will love it. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. You're going to feel a little bit like you're dragging ass in the morning, but get to sleep early and get up at like 4:30 or 5 and smash for like 30 minutes to an hour or 45 minutes. You'll feel so much better. Like, you can just go to the gym. You can go to the gym and shower in the gym. And that's, like I said, it's going to feel like a challenge at first, because if you're going to shower at the gym and then go right to work, you have to prepare the night before. But if you're done at 3:30, you have 6 hours to eat and to prepare your clothes. So you have your gym bag, and then you're going to have your soap, and you're going to have your sandals for the shower and your towel. And you have to learn your routine in your gym bag. Once you have that down, it's going to be like second nature. So at first it's going to be, it's going to seem like a lot of brain energy because you're setting a new habit, but I would highly recommend, especially if it's a desk job, you don't want to be like waking up and sitting there. Get anyone that has a desk job, especially first, you'll feel so much better. So much better. Let's see. Jessica, once you go fresh and black, you never go back. The Epstein blend. Nice. Too soon? Come on, fam. All right. Let's see. Le Moulot. Papa Swolio. Hi, Papa. Hello, little mouse. How to strengthen very thin ankles. Thankles, huh? I'm shredded as fuck. I don't know why I laughed at that part. I'm shredded as fuck now. I'm shredded as fuck now that I have healthy habits, but even with yoga and mobility, I still have thin ankles that tend to be quite weak. Well, I mean, eating healthy and doing yoga and mobility is not going to give you like jankles. It's not going to give you like jacked ankles. Lifting weights. If you want thicker, literally, if you lift weights like heavy exercise, like squats and deadlifts, that's going to actually build bone density. Now, you're not going to go from like ankles are this to like massive triple-sized ankles. We all have our genetic predispositions, but if you lift heavy weights, you're going to build, but your bones actually thicken. They do. They thicken. They create more density. And a lot of that's because when you are eating quality food, it's connective tissue. Bones are tissue. They're living and breathing. You're constantly building up and breaking down bones. Your body is constantly storing minerals in the bones and constantly extracting minerals from the bones. That's why it's important to get quality nutrients so your body has a surplus, so it's able to repair bone tissue. It just takes longer to do. So overload training. So making sure that you're lifting heavy weights. Lifting heavy weights for sure. But it's great that you have a foundation of yoga and mobility. So it's going to be much better for you to build that kind of strength. Grizzly, when did you realize coffee tasted better without all the extra crap added? Somewhere after freshman year in college, my first college job when I, in between the summer, I worked at a coffee shop. So if any of you ever worked, it was like a small little boutique coffee shop that sold like truffles and high-end chocolates in a small little town in Connecticut. So it was just, we're talking the kind of place that has these like chocolate alligators for like $18 a pound type place, and truffles that are like, I used to like hand dip truffles and shit like that. The kind of things where you buy a whole box of these handmade truffles for ungodly amounts of money. So when you're working at a coffee shop, you just taste things. And you start to know, like you smell the different beans. You're mixing beans, you're grinding them. So you get you just start to learn the difference between the Sumatra and the Guatemala. You can tell the type of bean just by smelling it eventually. I'm not good like that, like I used to be. So that's when I started realizing, because that's when I really was exposed to coffee for the most part, but also quality coffee and freshly ground coffee and really high quality coffee. So I started realizing, this stuff actually tastes good, just regular when you are used to it. It's like most things, you need to acquire a taste. At first, it's going to be like, whoa, foreign. Well, that's kind of, sometimes weird things when you expose yourself more often actually start to taste good. And then the more you drink it black, then you can start tasting the different notes and flavors. Like, oh, that's why they say it's dark chocolate. Oh, that's why they have, or it's a little bit of like a spice to it. You start tasting the difference. If you're putting tons of sugar and stuff, you're not going to tell the fucking difference. Not a chance. All right. Let's see. Everyone's like, get up early, train first, 100%. I agree. Yeah, you could Lupe says, pack your meals and eat on the way to the gym. You could train first thing in the morning. A great thing would be to pre-make a meal, go to the gym, train, shower, go to work, and just eat like what you bring. Have like some cut up steak or some eggs or something that you made the night before. You woke up early to make. Yeah, you can like cook it at night. Because if you want like eggs and stuff or whatever it is, you can cook it the night before and put it on the table in like a glass container, and it'll stay relatively warm. Or put it like in a heat insulated thing, so it's in a container. And then when you take it to the gym, it'll still be like lukewarm. It won't be like cold. I just say get up earlier and doing it. I don't think there's any debate there. Not for me. Follow up. What should I do for breakfast before working out at 5 or 6 a.m.? Oh yeah, there you go. Don't eat first. Nothing before. Nothing first. I would recommend train fasted for sure. I would recommend maybe some electrolytes, like wake up, have some Element or some Redmond Real Light, have some electrolytes first thing and fucking go train. It might feel a little bit awkward at first. I remember when I first started training first thing in the morning, like that same summer. So I was working at the coffee shop at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I would go to the gym at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, and I would smash like eggs and stuff in the car on the way. Like pound it when I got to like a red light out. And when I got there, I'd get there a little bit early. So I would shower and then go right there. Train first. Because the timing where I was working was 8 to 5 or 9 to like 5:30 or 6:30. I'm not fucking going to the gym at 7 o'clock at night. I was like, ridiculous. I'm like, I have to go first. If I don't go first, I'm going to be wiped out and exhausted. And it was the most important thing for me that summer. This is what I was always talking about. This is what I was talking about when I give you like the background. When I would say the first year in college, I got like skinny ripped. So this is after that. That's when I realized, this doesn't work at all. This cardio, chicken and salad shit doesn't fucking work. On the elliptical and doing, it doesn't fucking work. It's stupid shit. I want to bulk. It's time to fucking get huge. So that was like priority number one, was get swole as fuck. That's when I was eating every 2 hours when my watch went off. And let me tell you, it was gross. It was gross, but it works. It works. You want to get big, you eat when you don't fucking feel hungry. And you eat constantly. Throughout the day, whether you're hungry or not, it's time to eat. Your watch goes off, I'm not hungry. Irrelevant. Eat. And you'll bulk the fuck up. If you're eating good food, that's the hardest part, because you're getting nutrient dense food. Follow up from Arm Vandermolen. I live about 15 minutes from my job, so I walk there every day. Luckily, the gym is right next door. Oh, dude, you're set. You're set. You're golden. This is going to change your life. Oh, this is going to change your life. Oh, that's even better. You walk there every day. Luckily, the gym is right next door. Woo. So you could fucking just go to the gym, come home, whatever. Like, yeah, you got options. That's great. Cassandra Brown, Papa Swolio, do you like protein-based cookies? If so, do you have a brand that you recommend? No, I don't. I think that this stuff is all nonsense. Do you like protein? Yeah, I like protein. Cooking the shit out of it, isolating it, and putting it in different forms to trick yourself into thinking you're having a cookie, but you're not having a cookie, but you're also not getting necessarily an optimal bioavailable source of protein that might be denatured because of how it was cooked or combined with other nutrients. Just like eat protein. Like, I don't need to trick myself into like, oh, this is a cookie, but it's not a cookie. It's a healthy cookie. It's like, just eat a fucking steak. You want protein? Eat protein. So, and, you know, I'm not trying to rage, but this is the Daily Swole, so it's par for the course. Fuck your protein cookies. Eat some protein. Eat some protein. Protein cookies. Everyone wants their cake and eat it too. Everyone wants their cookies. I want my cake and eat it too. Can I have protein cake? Just eat some fucking protein. Stop trying to lie to yourself as if you're like, oh, I'm eating cake, but I'm not eating cake. It's like, you're eating cake. Like, if you're eating a protein cookie, you're eating a fucking cookie. You're eating a cookie. You're just trying to lie to yourself and trick yourself. You're trying to have it both ways. You're not creating any new habits, you know? Tyler, is there a limit on how much you should cold plunge? Probably. It depends on what your goals are. I only do it usually once a day. I stopped doing it after my sauna in the evening. I don't cold plunge after I lift because there's a lot of evidence that it could be a downside. Because when your body's going through like stress for muscle building, you don't want to interrupt those signals. So when you create stress on your body has to respond by rebuilding and repairing and building muscle tissue. So you don't want to interrupt that by icing immediately after you work out because it might interrupt that and negatively affect your ability to build muscle. So when I train afterwards, I'll sauna in the evening. I like that, but I don't cold plunge I don't cold plunge after I sauna. I cold plunge first. So cold plunging first before you lift is fine. Afterwards, I wouldn't do so immediately after. I don't plunge. I plunge until I'm getting a little shivery. I'll do it like 2 or 3 minutes in the morning. It's like 40 degrees. I do it more to like wake up. I'm not sitting there like trying to, some people will say like, I go in there and to get a real shiver and I stand out with my arms away from my body and they're like, I'm not trying to like just fucking like, I want to get my day started. I'm not sitting there trying to like, spend 20 minutes warming up. So I do that and I kind of get going. So 2 or 3 minutes is perfect for me, depending on like how nice it is outside. And Rufus goes and pees and shits and stuff like that. I'll water the plants or whatever and come in, get my day started. So you probably want to ideally doing like 2 or 3 minutes a day is great. You don't want to do it too cold for too long because you can get frostbite and stuff. Wax, would you please repeat what you said about not drinking coffee for about 2 hours after waking up? Yeah. Delay your coffee. Delay your coffee intake for about like 90 minutes to 2 hours. Andrew Huberman talks a lot about that. So you can like look up his content on it, but it's because your body will naturally reabsorb the adenosine, which builds up sleep pressure in your brain. And if you drink coffee immediately when waking up, the adenosine hasn't been reabsorbed and distributed. So when the coffee or caffeine wears off, the adenosine rebinds to the receptors, and then you get that crash. So if you wake up and allow the adenosine to be reabsorbed, and then you have coffee like 2 hours later, when the coffee starts like wear off, you don't have that adenosine right there ready to rebind. You're able to kind of like cruise. You won't have that crash in the afternoon. But of course, like people crash because they also don't get good quality sleep, or they drink low quality coffee and they eat shit fucking food and they have no electrolytes, they don't exercise. So people have crashes and I just need more caffeine. It's like, you need to stop being a fat fuck. And you probably won't have a crash. All right. Let's see. Let's take another call. This one's from Thierry Henry. Ooh, the soccer player? Mayhaps. Thierry, you're on the Sleaze Cast.
So I will be taking a break from my fitness journey by the beginning of the next year because I have to study and I need some time for myself. Any tips? Because I haven't done it before. Anything I should avoid or something like that?
Really hard to hear you and understand. You saying you're taking a break from training because you have to? Any tips? I recommend not taking a break from your training. Did everyone pick up on that? Did everyone pick up on that? Like, my tip would be to not do what I think you said you were going to do. Any other thoughts? Did I hear that correctly? Let's take a call we got one more from Rag. All right, Rag, you're on the line.
Hello, Papa.
Hello.
I'm enjoying your videos every day. I have started going to gym from yesterday just because of the motivation I get the motivation I get from your Instagram videos. Can you please tell me how much time will it take to build the body, and what do you recommend for a beginner? And I am looking for a body gain. I am little skinny. Thank you.
All right, so let me just, that was really hard to hear, but thanks for the call. How long would it take to build a body? I'm a beginner. What would I recommend? Well, I'm not sure what your nutrition is like. Nutrition is extremely important. I would recommend going to swolenormousx.com and checking out the 7 pillars. That way you can get a little bit more context rather than just like what I'm answering here. How long? It depends on your nutrition, your training intensity. It's going to take you months and years for sure to build that kind of muscle, but you can see a lot of progress quickly. Depends on how seriously you take it. And, in terms of like my recommendations, yoga is fantastic for mobility, but a standard strength training program would be ideal depending on what you have access to: dumbbells, barbells, rocks. Like, you can do a lot of training and you can get a lot of progress as long as you're progressively overloading. You're increasing the resistance, you're increasing the volume of how many sets you're doing, how much work you're doing, the intensity of your training. You don't need super long workouts when you first start, but you need to be consistent. So building up that consistency with a solid training program is definitely important. So hopefully that gives you a little insight to it. Arm says he has to study and has to take a break from working out. That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Yeah, if you want to study effectively, you need to be exercising. That's the biggest crock of shit. It's the biggest crock of shit. Like, you have to study, so you have to take a break from working out. That doesn't make sense. And I know because I've done it. If you train, you are going to be in a better state to study. Train first and then study. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have more focus. You're going to have better blood flow. You're going to sleep better. Give me a break. Jessica, I've been trying to look it up and I'm getting mixed results. Which type of magnesium is the best for muscle soreness and or inflammation? It's not really that important which one. You have to find one that works best for you. The ones that are going to give you the least amount of issues, most likely for digestion, is going to be magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate in my experience. So start off with generally like 500 milligrams a day and then see more or less how much you need and just see how your improvements. If you do like magnesium citrate, you're going to shit your fucking brains out. Most people have a severe magnesium deficiency. Most people in the world, it's like the number one deficiency is magnesium and like vitamin D, I think. All right. Last question. Lawson Dawson. Awesome name. Best way to make your own bone broth. Get a couple pounds of bones, maybe some knuckle bones or tendons. A great way to get some additional connective tissues. So it's not just femur bones. Put in a crock pot, fill it up with water, like an inch or so above your bones. Put in a couple tablespoons of organic apple cider vinegar so you can leach the minerals from the bones. Cover it up, bring it to a boil, and then reduce to a simmer for 48 to 72 hours. Done. And then you can season to taste. I don't put vegetables or anything in that kind of shit in it. I don't put salt in it until it's done. And if you don't want, a more fatty bone broth, you can cool it down. And once it cools down, you can skim the fat off the top. And then you'll have a more watery bone broth, or you can keep it in there. It's just very rich for people if you're brand new. All right. All right, let's move on. We got some balls deep content. Thank you for the questions, fam. Go to AskPapaSolio.com to submit questions for tomorrow.
That's deep.
AskPapaSolio.com, and we'll get to more questions tomorrow. Lots of questions tomorrow, but first, we have to uncover some absolute now it's time to flip over the rocks. You know? Now's the time to flip over the rocks. So if you don't know, we are just going extra deep. What's that over there? And we're all the way in. We're all the way in, balls deep, balls are slapping. We might even put the sack in. It gets intense. So this is like uncovering a rock, like a flat rock in your garden, and seeing all the little critters, like the millipedes and like those little clear, big old fucking beetles are like, what the fuck? I hate light, you know? This is the undergunge. This is lifting the rock on society. What in the shit fuck is that? Oh, this is going to be intense. Ooh. Oh, this is going to be brutal. There's no good place to start here. Let's start off. I've never seen. Is that a piercing? Or is that a medical device? I don't even know. What is going on here? What is happening? What is that? Fam, I'm going to let you guys decide. I can't decide. They're all terrible. Pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. Jesus Christ.
Matt Damon.
There's no good option here. There's legitimately no good option. I got nothing in terms of like, hey, this is a great choice. They're all terrible. They're all terrible. Nothing's good. I want none of any of it. Let's go with Simberg, number 2, baby. Number 2, baby. All right, number 2. Let's see what we got here.
House is a fucking prison! I'm playing bullshit!
I don't know what this nose thing is.
The galaxy of this sucks camel dicks!
I don't know what this nose thing
What's
is.
in the box?
All right, Simberg, this one's on you. It's on your head. Here we go. Fat phobia in the U.S. healthcare system. So we're starting off, we're on ramping. We're getting on the highway.
So you can be any size and you can still be on the receiving end of fat phobia. So one of the building blocks to the U.S. healthcare system is fat phobia. The U.S. healthcare system is a fat phobic system.
It's not. It's not just because you don't like, I don't know, just because you're obsessed with fat or talking about fat doesn't make it. Fat phobic means, no, people don't take care of themselves. The U.S., in the United States, the vast majority of people are fucking fat, which means they're unfucking healthy. So there's so many more molecules hitting. There's so many more interactions between morbidly obese people and healthcare. And they're just like, you are too fucking fat. You are so unhealthy. And they're like, oh, my feelings.
Fat phobia is free from any kind of logic or reason. And
super based. That's true. That's true. This is free. This video is free from logic. That's true. Fat phobia doesn't exist. So it's free of any kind of logic or reason. Fam, we should stop the video right there. Dead on. 100%.
Is purely fueled by ignorance, ableism, white supremacy, and capitalism.
I fucking knew it. White supremacy.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
Man, that took a U-turn. This is literally like Fast and the Furious of TikTok videos. You're going one direction, just pull a fucking Vin Diesel, just fucking J-turn, other direction, right off the fucking cliff. Fat phobia is just make-believe, yeah, but it's fueled by ableism, white supremacy, and capitalism. Ooh. That one's gonna leave a mark. That's,
You lose!
White supremacy. You do realize the United States is like the least racist country in the entire fucking world. No one wants to talk about that though, eh? You just won't shut the fuck up about it. It doesn't exist. You just won't shut the fuck up about it. Ugh, God. Your face is really fucking with me. I am not a fan.
People of all sizes are equally deserving of adequate medical care.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Everyone needs gravity. It's like, okay. People of all sizes are equally deserving. Like, who are you talking to? Who are you trying to explain this to? Yeah, no one's like, oh, you don't deserve medical care. Who said that? Who's saying that? Who's saying fat people don't deserve medical care? Is anyone saying that? We're saying that there's too many fucking fat people because of poor lifestyle habits. So they take up a lot of space in medical care. Like it's a literal weight on society. It's a weight on the system. It's a burden on the medical system. Like, what are we talking about? Come on now.
Nutrition and respect.
You know what I heard here? I just heard fucking feelings. I just heard feelings.
Matt Damon.
Nutrition and respect. Where are fat people being disrespected? In the drive-thru? Get fucked. Get fucked. Boo. Chode.
You're not making this easy on me, boy.
Don't forget to wash where the sun don't shine.
Fat people deserve respect. Everyone should earn respect. I'm not going to respect you just because you exist. I'm not going to be a dick to you and like think you should be exterminated just because you exist. But if you don't want to take any responsibility for your life, I mean, why should anyone else? Like, take care of yourself. That's it. Just take care of yourself. You don't deserve respect for eating yourself to obesity. You deserve to respect your body deserves some respect from you. You are the one that should be respecting yourself more and taking care of yourself. And then it's irrelevant whether or not I respect you, right? You don't deserve respect from anyone. That's ridiculous. You do not deserve respect from anyone. And this doesn't mean, oh, you don't deserve respect from me, so you're just an asshole to everyone. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. It doesn't mean you're not nice to people. It doesn't mean you don't give people the benefit of the doubt, or when you meet someone that you're not open-minded and you allow them to prove yourself. Is that you give people a chance, but what I'm saying is you have to be a decent person. It starts with you being decent to yourself. If you're a shithole to yourself, then you're going to treat other people similarly. Okay. Yeah, no steak for Simberg. I shall serve for the dick draft then. There you go. Thank you for your service. Well, what a brave man.
Boom shakalaka!
What a brave man. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Lester Stone, isn't the U.S. one of the fattest countries? I think it's safe to say we are the fattest country. I don't think there's any close second, actually. We're the least fat phobic. Yeah, no kidding. This is what I always say. We're not fat phobic. There's literally fast food on every fucking corner. There are fat people everywhere. Society is not fat phobic. These are people that just don't have any value to society. I mean, think about it. If you've been brainwashed in school your entire life, taught bullshit, you went to a university that just lied to you and taught you garbage, useless information, and then you're cast out into the world of scary things because you were sheltered your entire life and you have no skills. Everyone's mean to you. Everyone's this. Everyone's bad. Everyone's scary. Oh my God, my safe space. My safe space. So you have to like make shit up in order to, I don't know, navigate this world. You're like one of those fish that just has to like suckle on like the bottom of a shark in order to survive, you know, or a fish that like hangs around another animal's asshole, just eating the droppings and scavenging. Just fucking crazy shit. Okay. Holy Christ. I think let's do this other one last. Let's do this really stupid lunatic one first, because the next one is going to, what do you guys want? Actually, what do you guys want? Do you want like ridiculous, or do you want like this is some sinister, like Hitler-esque type stuff? We have emoji pronouns, and we have white people should all die is not racist. There's a lot to unpack. Emoji pronouns. Come on. It's the same ridiculous lunatic unicorn person. The worst for last. Nauru is a fat. What's Nauru? Is that like in like Indonesia or something? What's Nauru? Some little indigenous culture that was like exposed to flour and disease. Well, like 20 people that live there. All right, let's do emoji pronouns. Let's do emoji pronouns. There we go.
What's in the box?
Emoji pronouns, fuck it.
So I'm going to be showing you how to use emoji pronouns in sentences. And if you missed the first two parts, well, click right here and, you'll find your way. Did you know that any emoji can be used as pronouns? Shut up! No. Most emoji self-pronouns follow the same grammatical formula. However, if something does change, it'll be specified, so don't worry. For example, if someone uses they, them pronouns, but doesn't want to be outed just yet, then they can use emoji self-pronouns in place of they, them pronouns. It'll look something like this. Hold on. I'll move out of the way so you can take a picture.
I'm not reading
So
it.
if you're like, how am I going to use an emoji pronoun in person if the person does want to use the emoji in person? Well, most people just use the noun itself as the emoji. For example, dog emoji. Dog's pronouns. However, some emojis might not have any word alternatives. For example, someone who uses no pronouns. Or they just have no correlation to the emoji. An example of this would be using a smiley
6,
emoji online
5,
and they them
4,
pronouns in person.
3,
just ask the person
2,
you're conversating with and they'll
1.
teach you.
We're done.
Love you, bestie.
Okay, my God, shut the fuck up.
Matt
We're done.
Damon.
Oh my God.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Everyone except dog self knows. Wow. Jesus Christ. Enough. I don't have to say anything. I'm saying, look, I say bring back asylums. I am in total favor of asylums, padded rooms. Literally, these people need to be locked the fuck up. Or just take away the cell phones. Take away the cell phones. Take them away. Or let it happen. And then people are like, oh, you know, it's, I don't know.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
All right. I love how this video I see on the screen, it says, here's my hot take. Your hot take on white people should all die is not racist. Hold on a second. We can unpack this video just with the title. It's a minute long. So her name is the Gray Witch, number 3. All right. So the Gray Witch. So obviously someone has 15 fucking cats and 0 dick inside them. White people should all die is not racist. Saying that an entire race of people should die, it's kind of the worst type of racism. It's kind of the worst possible result. It's kind of like the most extreme type of racism possible. When you go as far as genocide, it's probably as, like, if you like call someone the N-word, that's one thing. If you're like slaughtering people, it's worse. It's worse. I'm not saying either is good. Making fun of Asian people or pushing them off a cliff is a big difference. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it.
What's in the box?
Fuck it.
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
Let's have an over-under. How many cats? Guess. Go.
If BIPOC stand in the street and scream at the top.
Did you just say BIPOC? It's BIPOC, you cuntle chode.
I have nipples, Greg.
Did you just say bi? Did you just say BIPOC? Did you?
Are there any women here today?
BIPOC.
If BIPOC stand in the street and scream at the top of their lungs, I hate all white people. I want all white people to go die. Die, white devil, you cracker bitch. That's still not racism.
Whoa!
Matt Damon.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Pretty much defines racism. Jesus Christ. Did you literally say this on the internet? That did not age well immediately. No, BIPOC means Black and Indigenous People of Color. It's a stupid fucking acronym. Because Black and Indigenous are just the same. It's the stupidest fucking umbrella term. It's just like the ever-expanding LGBTQAIXYZ. It's a stupid fucking shit. It's just a term you're given to like just blanket. It's like a circus tent. You just put over everything and like nothing can hurt me. I said this word. It's nonsense. Holy shit. Let's do that again because that's ridiculous.
I want all white people to go die. Die, white devil, you cracker bitch. That's still not racism.
It is.
And I don't know why people don't get that. Why white people are...
Because why people don't get it is racism because you're a dumb fucking cunt. And I can say that wholeheartedly. Like I believe that with every millimeter of my soul that you're a dumb cunt. It feels so good to say that to you. I hope you're offended. Let's continue.
Not comprehending that. That's discrimination. It's an action that's bred out of a prejudice, for sure.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Yo, this word jousting. God, fucking Olympic level event. Holy gaslighting. It's discrimination? Did she say that shit? Die, you white cracker bitch. Kind of racist. Because you're threatening someone and disparaging them based on their race. It's called racism. Jesus Christ.
White people are not comprehending that. That's discrimination. It's an action.
Because you got a look in your eye like you haven't gotten fucked in a year.
I was kidding! I was only kidding!
The eyes, Chico. They never lie. All right, let's just do it.
That's bred out of a prejudice, for sure. Justified, arguably. But scream...
It's not. It's not justifying racism. So now you're justifying and trying to rationalize. God. Imagine using like an ounce of this effort for like something valuable in society. Oh, God. Literally, what do you think, fam? When's the last time this got fucked? And I'm not saying this to be rude. I don't care about her feelings because she doesn't care about anyone else's. When's the last time? Like Cobweb City. There's no question about it. She's angry because she gets no dick. She gets zero cactus. There's no fucking way. Never. I'm waiting to see a cat in the background. I guarantee there's like, I can smell the litter box from here.
White people should die in my face doesn't change my socioeconomic status. It doesn't change the fact that the criminal justice system was built to serve me and people who look like me. It doesn't change the fact that my skin color won't get me brutalized by the police.
What? I don't think you know. There's something out there called statistics, and obviously you've never looked at them. Let's continue.
It doesn't change the fact that the entire country was built to cater to people who look like me. Screaming, I hate...
Wow. Learn your history. Learn your history, girly. Okay.
White people at me doesn't change the fact that I am dripping with white privilege. As long as I hold the power dynamic.
Gross. Drip. Ew. You and dripping just makes me.
A newt. Dripping with white privilege. As long as I hold the power dynamic, I cannot be subject to racism. Hurt white feelings does not equal racism. This is not a conversation.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit. You don't know definitions. You don't understand. You don't understand these words. You don't understand. So you can't be racist. Okay, if you're just listening, there's a white woman who's saying you can't be racist if you're black. Get the fuck out of here. It doesn't matter what color you are. Okay? It doesn't matter what color you are. Look up the definition. If you haven't changed it yet. The definition should still stand. Holy shit. This is a kind of twat that like complains about, I don't know, what kind of like they put almond milk and not oat milk in her soy fucking latte. Like, Jesus Christ. Global warming on that cooter. Dry as fuck down there. Jesus Christ. I hate it.
Loud noises!
I said goddamn. I want to go home now. All right, let's give away today's Swole card. Fucking shit. Here we go. Kick us off, Falcon. That was ridiculous. Stupid. Stop Asian hate, fam. Stop Asian hate. Just gotta say that before we leave off here. Stop Asian hate. See, if you said stop Asian gains, it would be like, ooh, don't say that. Stop Asian gains. Don't stop Asian gains. Scrolling. Not a single one. Falcon, do it again. Round 2. Where's my swole sluts? Where's my swole slut? We got a winner! It is Mr. V, Invictus Reinhardt Germanica! Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. We do need people in the dick draft. So, Invictus, do we have your phallus to sacrifice to that one? Someone, we need volunteers. We need volunteers. Someone's got to fuck it. Someone's got to fuck that one. Anyone? Anyone? No? Everyone's like, Grizzly, I already said I do it. Jesus Christ, really? You have anything left in you? Tyler, I pass. T-Cap, that's a big ask. Yeah, you're not kidding. Frank, no. Invictus, I'll do it. We'll do it. Thank you for your constant, your dedication, Grizzly. Invictus, I'll do it. He'll do it, fam. He'll do it. That's what I'm fucking.
Because stickers?
My man. Stephanie, can we send dildos? We can't. 6 shots and I'm game. Oof. Man, that's a... It has to be, you're literally going to have to be like, that's going to be one after the other. Like, line them up, right? Line them the fuck up. Boom, 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 boom. One after the other. Can we just send dildos? That's a great question. And the answer is no. Because, like, obviously that hasn't worked thus far. You don't think that thing has, like, an entire drawer full? Can you imagine the drawer next to her bed? It's like all these, like, hemp dildos. It's like animal cruelty free. She doesn't even have a rabbit. She has like a vegan. It's like made out of. It's made out of hemp. It's a hemp dildo. It's like a burlap sack. Oh God. A hemp dildo with like soy lube. It's like soybean oil. A hemp dildo and soy oil. All right. Gross. Send us an email to... send us an email to support@swolenormals.com. Swole card. 2416, the subject, your mailing address, and the body of the email. We'll take some soundboard requests. Let's wrap this shit up.
Dodson, we've got Dodson here!
What you've just said,
Jesus,
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Submit your questions to
At no point
askpapafolio.com.
in your rambling, incoherent response
Tomorrow it's Tainty Man's
were you even
birthday.
close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Oh, Tainty boy.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having
sweet,
listened
sweet
to it.
Tainty Man.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, my sweet, sweet Tainty Man.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
Oh, Churchy. My little pinks. He's gonna be a year tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Emotional damage.
Ooh, antidepressants. It's been a hot minute since we did that one. I gotta do more of
No
those.
medication except my fucking antidepressants.
Hadouken! Shoryuken! I got hairy legs.
Ooh, 60%.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Fam, it's Saturday, the 17th, 12 days away from the Swole New Year party. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
You make me happy. What do you mean?
Oh, baby.
I give it a.
I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Because you are a disgusting fat body.
There are no more shenanigans, no more tomfoolery, no more ballyhoo.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
Got it out. No hands. Oh, Fancy Nancy, small white man.
It is not my place as a smaller bodied white man to comment on it.
I got you, fam. All right, let me crank up this beesh. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, Ask Papa Swole live. So head on over to askpapaswole.com, submit your question, join the fam over there at swolenormousx.com and get access to all the programs, training, so much more. We have awesome specials. And of course, you can catch all the private live streams that we dropped this past week and be there for the accountability meeting on Monday. It's going to be absolutely fire. We'll see you then. Thanks for being here. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swole. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard to paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making